This is a question from just about everyone who's ever screamed at a Wi-Fi router. What would happen if the internet simply vanished tomorrow? Not slowed down, not censored, not, sorry, your connection is unstable. No, just poof, gone. 1 second you're watching a cat fall off a shelf in 240p, the next, silence. At first, nobody would believe it. You'd refresh your feed, restart your phone, threaten to call your provider. Twitter outages are common. But this wouldn't be like that, because this time, no one else could tweet, "Is Twitter down or is it just me?" There'd be no Twitter, no Google, no YouTube, no TikTok, no Netflix, no memes. The silence would be deafening, and not just online. In the first hour, millions of people would look around, blinking, confused. Offices would freeze. Coffee shops would buzz with people asking strangers, "Is your internet working?" The IT guy would be the most popular person in the building for about 5 minutes until even he realizes the problem is global. Meanwhile, your smart fridge would start to feel very dumb. By lunchtime, panic would begin to set in. Teenagers would be seen wandering the streets like lost medieval villagers. Influencers would try to post updates only to discover that without the internet, their ring lights are just really bright circles. OnlyFans creators would sit by the window, wondering if they have to meet people in person now. We don't talk about that timeline. Banks would stall. Credit card systems, ATMs, online payments. All of it relies on digital communication. You'd walk into a store and try to buy something, only to be told, "Sorry, cash only." And then you'd realize you don't remember the last time you saw cash. Your Apple Pay is just a fancy coaster now. Within 24 hours, the global economy would start cracking. Stock markets, already confused, would have stopped updating. Traders would stand around yelling like it's 1929 again, except now they're also live streaming. Oh, wait, they're not. They're just yelling. Airports would get weird. Flight schedules rely on internet-based systems. Pilots talk to air traffic controllers through connected networks. It's not like planes would fall from the sky, at least not right away. But rerouting, delays, lost bags, all the fun stuff would pile up. You'd be stranded and worse, unable to complain about it on Instagram. People would still try to get news, of course. TV and radio would suddenly become relevant again, like discovering your grandparents were hiding magic in their attic. Newspapers would return, and Gen Z would stare at them like ancient tablets. Someone would try to scroll a newspaper. They'd fail. They'd cry. Without maps or GPS, you'd actually have to ask for directions from other humans with your mouth. Chaos. Businesses that live and die by the cloud would die. Cloud storage? Gone. SaaS companies? Toast? Remote work? Well, now it's just not working. Your files are gone. Your Zoom calls are gone. Your boss can't message you. Okay, maybe that part's a win. Schools and universities would scramble. Remote learning? Dead. Students would cheer briefly. Then someone would mention homework by mail, and the cheering would stop. Day 2. Conspiracy theories explode. Not online, obviously. They're now spread through word of mouth and hastily printed flyers. Was it a solar flare? A government plot? Did someone just turn it off? No one knows. But everyone has an opinion, and for the first time in decades, you can't fact-check it instantly. People would have to remember things. Phone numbers, birthdays, appointments, like with their actual brains. Where's your calendar? Oh, in my skull. Terrifying. And yet, something strange would start to happen. After a few days, cities would get quieter. Not apocalyptic quiet, just normal quiet. People would read books, board games would come back, restaurants would start writing menus by hand again. Friends would meet in person just to talk. There'd be more eye contact, more awkward silences, more real conversations. Local newspapers would suddenly have subscribers. Libraries would be packed. Encyclopedias would be dusted off. The world wouldn't collapse, not entirely. Humans are stubborn. We survived without the internet once. We'd do it again. Eventually, we'd rebuild it, maybe even better. But there's no denying the sudden blackout would break things. Our economy, our communication, our entertainment, all tangled in a web we never really saw until it snapped. The internet is like oxygen for modern life. You don't notice it until you can't breathe. So if the internet disappeared tomorrow, we'd panic, adapt, and finally remember what silence sounds like. And somewhere, deep beneath the Arctic ice, a scientist at a remote research station would glance up from their notebook, raise an eyebrow, and mutter, "Huh, took them long enough."